Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. Today we are back with our Android application pen testing course, I guess. And in today's video I'm gonna showcase only one attack, and it is called Zipslip vulnerability. And I've decided to showcase this attack because as I can see for myself, a lot of developers often miss this vulnerability, and not even in Android applications, in other applications as well. For example, websites or like anything that is involved with zip and the extracting of zip. And I think that developers are not really familiar with this vulnerability. I've been to a conference pretty recently, and there were a lot of developers that didn't know that this vulnerability even existed. So I've decided to create a video showcasing it on Android application that I have created here, and I guess we're gonna walk through this vulnerability. So this is a simple program that I have created, and if I run it here, we will see that the application opens up and it says upload and extract zip file. If I would go ahead and open my application my phone device explorer, and then go to data. Let's see, where's the data folder? Data, then user, 0, and then let's find this application. It's called com example my application. Let's see, com, let's just search for it, example my application here. If I go to files, extracted, I'm gonna delete this. I was just testing here. So here is the folder where our files are getting extracted. And let's say I create a file, let's say test, and then this is zip content, I guess, and then zip test.zip, and then let's put in the test into the zip file. We can see test.zip. If I created this correctly, make there t move test.zip t. I hope I did. I just want to check really quickly, and let me unzip it now. Yep, it has test, and if I cat test, this is a zip test. Right, so I'm gonna remove dash. Actually, let's go to t, and then what I'm gonna do is upload this test.zip to my device. So adb push test.zip /sd card /download, which is the default location for downloads on the device. If I go back to the application, let me just launch it again, then we can click on upload and extract zip file. It is opening device files, and then I can click on test.zip, and then zip extracted successfully. If we go here and then go to extracted files, let me just refresh this. Then we can see that there is this test file. If I download it, we can see that this is zip content. So this seems pretty secure if you don't know what a Zipslip vulnerability is, but this code is actually vulnerable to Zipslip vulnerability because in this code I intentionally left out validation of file path inside of the zip file. So I can create now an exploit. So before doing that, I will just explain how this works. So as you can see, we have created a file inside our extracted folder here, and then we are inside this files folder. So let's, for example, say that our file name is right now test.zip, test without any extensions actually. Let's say that our file name becomes /pwn. Let's say this becomes that. So if you are familiar with Linux, then you should know that // refers to traveling back one directory. So if I cd // I get one directory back into apk video, and then I can come back to t. So what if I create a zip file in which there is a file called // and then, for example, data / I don't know, maybe we have an SQL database, SQL database, and then malicious database, or let's say you even overwrite an existing database. So this could be pretty bad for a mobile application. And of course, if you're dealing with web apps or something, you could even get like a code execution if you could write a PHP file to some kind of directory. So this is pretty bad scenario if you could travel back directories and then put a file where it does not belong. So let's try to exploit this vulnerability here. So the first thing that we are gonna do is create a malicious zip file, which is going to contain a file which has the name of // something. For this example, I'm just gonna write into files here and try to traverse one directory back to files, and then we will try to write to this directory here. So to do that, we cannot just simply create a file which is called // something, because if we try to do that, let's say nvim // I don't know, test file, and then I will write test and then quit. We will see that it does not exist because, well, it was written to test file here. So we have to create a Python script, which is pretty easy to do. But actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna just write it from my head, I'm gonna show you how to Google and find the answer. Because a lot of people now are overusing AI to do everything, so I just wanted to maybe like show how to do something without AI. Because if you overuse AI, you will not learn anything. I learned that myself, so I'm kind of trying to now not use AI at all. To do everything, because if you don't use AI, you yourself will become smarter, but that's not the point of this video. Let me just now Google how to extract, how to create a zip file with Python, for example. We have this AI content here, not interesting. We have zip file in Python documentation. Let's actually read this. Zip file, let's maybe just search for create file or something like that. The zip file, create, read, write, append. We need to write to a file. Do we have this function? Yes, we have zip file.write string. Let's see how do we use this. Let's actually just scroll down. Are there examples? Let's see. Write str. Zip file, write str, info or archive name, data, and then so we need to pass in the archive name of the file and then the data. So let's see. We first need to open the zip file itself. So zip file.open probably. With zip file this as my zip. With zip file open as my file, print my file.read. So let's see if we can do this. So first of all, we have to import zip file like that, and then with zip file dot zip file, and then we need to create a zip file which is going to be malicious.zip like that, as write, because we need write permissions, as let's see, zip slip. Then we will do write str. Let's do zip file dot or actually zip slip dot write str like that. Then the file name is going to be /pond, and then the contents is going to be pond lol. And then let's write to the script. I think it should create a file pond. So let's run python3 exploit.py. Let's see, we have this malicious.zip. If we new vim this, we can see that it has this /pond. Great. Now let's maybe try to unzip it in this directory. Unzip malicious like that, and then it says skip /path components in pond, and it just extracted pond. But I think that it is working because it says it's script // because it's probably Linux itself is protected from this attack. So let's try to upload it now to the device. So adb push malicious.zip into /sd card /download. One file pushed here. Let's try to upload this file and see what happens. Click on upload zip, malicious.zip, and then it said zip extracted successfully. Now let's see if it appeared in extracted folder or files folder. Let me refresh this, and then we can see that pwn appeared here in our files folder and not in the extracted folder. So we successfully exploited ZipSlip vulnerability on this application that I have created. So now let me just talk a little bit about preventing this vulnerability. If you use like all of the functions that Android developer documentation has provided for you, you should be safe from ZipSlip vulnerabilities. But of course, when the way I use this, the way I extracted the zip file inside of my code, I've done it purposely with a malicious intent to like to showcase this vulnerability. But of course, if you use the built-in functions, you're not going to be vulnerable. But developers often introduce a lot of complexity into applications, especially in Android applications, or probably any application. I'm not explicitly saying that Android is more vulnerable than anything else, but there's a lot of complexity in these applications because, as you can see, for this small little upload and extract zip file program, this is all of the code. It should be way smaller in my opinion, but developers often get confused and they introduce these vulnerabilities. And this is one of the vulnerabilities that a lot of developers don't even know about. So this is like a vulnerability that might occur in a lot of applications. So you should really be looking out for this one. And of course, I'm not saying that this is more common than the others. I'm just saying that it might occur a lot of the times. So I guess this is going to be it for this video. I just wanted to showcase this vulnerability and just talk about some topics that I did today. So yeah, that's probably going to be it. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, and of course subscribe and like the video, and goodbye.